Watch Dogs is the new action open-world game from Ubisoft. It looks a little bit like their other games, you know, Assassin's Creed and Driver, and that's partly because the people who made those games made this game. But mostly, it looks like Grand Theft Auto, that billion-dollar open-world franchise that every publisher wants to replicate because they want $1 billion. And they just might get it. Probably not this time, but maybe down the line. That's how franchises work. You don't hit success the first time. Anyway, the similarities are quite obvious. You drive in cars, you shoot people in faces, you spend a lot of time going from point A to point B. These are superficials. What matters is what's on the inside. Deep down, in their soul, just how similar are Watch Dogs and Grand Theft Auto. Both games share an outsider's perspective of an infatuation with America. Grand Theft Auto is a critique of the United States by way of Scotland, while Watch Dogs is a critique of the United States by way of Montreal. The games are fiercely critical of American culture, whether that be materialism, capitalism, conservatism, or just the general intrusiveness of our own government. Grand Theft Auto focuses mostly on pop culture, so it has a slew of parodies for films, TV, music, and pop radio. The billboard ads are all jokes about the stuff that we pass every day on the way to work. Watch Dogs shoots both higher and lower. Its main target is surveillance state, which is all over the news, and we're very familiar with that right now. But the actual surveillance you see is often kind of PG-13 humor. It's, you know, maybe a little risque, maybe a little bit like, oh, it's after 10 o'clock on ABC, I shouldn't be watching this. It's weird. There's almost an inverted effect between the two games. Grand Theft Auto aspires to be funny, but often comes across unintentionally serious, while Watch Dogs aspires to be serious, but often comes across unintentionally funny. For example, Grand Theft Auto has that torture scene, which I'd never like to see again. And Watch Dogs has the entire plot about your dead niece, because you are killing like 100 people and you're supposed to give a shit about your dead niece. Let's talk scope. Watch Dogs is unable to really compare to the grand scope of Grand Theft Auto, and to be fair, it never really had a chance. This is the first game in the franchise. Grand Theft Auto's had a long time to work its way up here, and $265 million room in budget. That's a lot of money. That's like Avatar money. I'm not talking The Last Airbender, I'm talking the Avatar people actually saw. While Watch Dogs' version of Chicago includes homes in the suburbs, and skyscrapers downtown, and shacks in the woods somewhere, it can't compare to the entire counties that are included in Grand Theft Auto. But how you interact with the world in Watch Dogs is unique, if not morally questionable. Because you can hack so much of the world itself starts to feel like a tool or a weapon. Even the characters feel less static. In Grand Theft Auto, you could kind of upgrade your character by doing these certain activities and going to the store and changing your look, but it's more explicit in Watch Dogs. You have the ability to earn skill points and then apply them towards greater abilities like hacking bridges or pylons. I started with bridges because that's exciting. I ended with pylons because I like to end on a low note. Although Grand Theft Auto 5 featured a black lead character, both it and Watch Dogs are largely concerned with the general angst of being well off and white. At their core, these games are about the privilege to do whatever you want because no one's going to stop you. In Grand Theft Auto, it's clear from the beginning that your characters are godless monsters. That you lie, cheat, and steal, and kill is no surprise to anyone. It's a little more unnerving in Watch Dogs, where the creators seem to want to create an empathic bond between you and their hero. They really want you to care about his personal story, but they really don't care if you care about running over 12 people on the way to the next mission. One last thing, multiplayer. Now, this isn't a value judgment because I think both of them do it very well, if not very differently. With Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar became keenly aware that they needed to incorporate multiplayer kind of in the MMO fashion if they wanted to retain their massive audience. The result is GTA Online, which is a standalone experience set in the Grand Theft Auto 5 world. So you are playing Grand Theft Auto 5, or you're playing Grand Theft Auto Online with friends. They're two separate but similar things. Watch Dogs tries to merge single-player and multiplayer, so you have the option to choose multiplayer missions the same way you would choose a single-player mission. There's also the invasion mode, where somebody can hack into your game and steal data from you, unless you find him first and shoot him in the face. What's surprising about Watch Dogs isn't how it replicates the way Grand Theft Auto plays. In fact, that's how it best differentiates itself. The hacking really is a fork in the road for what Ubisoft could do in the future. Now, what's surprising about Watch Dogs is how it just nails the center of Grand Theft Auto, how it has somehow duplicated this angry, cynical, morally ambiguous soul. I don't know how many more open world games I can play solely about people who hate the world. I get enough of that in real life.